Hello everyone, we're back with another video. I hope everybody is well. Today I'm going to take you through my lower body day. This is my current split that I'm running right now. Push-pull legs, off, push-pull, off, upper body day, lower body day, and then off again. I've been running this split this whole time, but just a bit differently with the rotations. Now I'm doing this kind of rotation for the last 2 to 3 weeks. Been feeling great. I've been progressing a lot really on it. Visuals been moving along the way really good, really fast, and training been progressing as well. So I'm gonna try to give you some cues and tips along the way, but I don't promise I'm gonna talk much because I really like to take this time to appreciate and be present with what I'm doing and give my absolute best. But I'm still gonna try to help you out, and that's why I'm here. But I guess you're not here as well to hear some how to get abs in 5 minutes kind of thing. You're here to see some raw blood, sweat, and tears. So anyway, we're gonna start off with some easy cable curls because I do start off every single one of my lower body days with bicep because I believe it doesn't take much from the actual workout and from the exercise that follow. And on the other hand, it serves a lot on this given muscle, like the bicep, because it's a small muscle and you can focus a lot on it. And at the beginning of your workout, then we're gonna get some single leg curls standing over to some barbell RDLs, over to some lying hamstring curls, then some leg extensions, belt squat, single leg press, and toe press to close off. As some of y'all know, I do start every single one of my sessions and I do end it with some hanging stretches to make sure I have some healthy shoulders long-term wise. And I do suggest it to anybody that has shoulder issues or that wants to prevent them in the future. So not gonna waste much time. Gonna get you straight into it. Let's go. Wrapped up 2 warm-up sets on the easy cable curls. Now I'm ready to start my first working set. Here I do 4 working sets of 10 to 15 reps. And I'm not really a high volume guy, and I increased this volume recently. But in my opinion, it's better to have one exercise with more sets if you really like it and you can connect well with it. It feels good, you can progress in it. Then have different kinds of exercises to serve the same purpose and to hit the same head of the bicep. I have other exercises along the week that I hit other parts of the biceps. But for this session, all I have to do is just easy cable curls. And in my opinion, it's better to have more sets here and catch up with the other parts on the other sessions than add another exercise on this session. Because it feels good, I can progress, I can connect, and there's no reason to add another exercise. So these 4 sets are all my rep sets. My rep sets are like rest pause sets that I do try to hit the same number of reps that I hit it on the first set with each set. So I'm gonna take this set to failure or close to failure. Then on the other set, I'm gonna take them all the way to failure, rest as much as I need, maybe 10, 15 seconds, and try to get to match the reps from the first set. Let's get into it. All right, very good set. What I try to keep in mind here is to stay braced hard, to not let my elbows straighten up completely, as that way we do lose some tension of the bicep, and it doesn't bring any more stretch, just brings overstretching, and that's called passive range of motion, which we don't aim off, and we try to stay, and we try to stop right before that happens, right before the elbow straightens up completely. Then on the contraction, we let the elbows free to move slightly, because for the bicep to fully contract here, a slight elbow movement forward, it's needed, but not to an excessive amount where it becomes like a front raise. About to start the second working set. Ideally here, I would aim for 8 to 9 reps, then get an additional 1 to 2 reps to match for the first set, as I said. And that will be really good for us and will be a big progress. So let's get into it. 9 reps and easier than I expected. 3 deep breaths plus 1. Big progress. Warmed up. About to get into my third working set. With what I saw from the second set, the 9th rep came up smooth. So I'll aim again for 9 reps. And after 3 deep breaths, get the additional 1. I do believe it's very possible. Because like I said, on the second set, the 9th one came up pretty smooth. And that's why I didn't gather trying another one or grind out another one, so I can get a full 9 of this set as well, accurate, and bring the most value that I can bring into it. Beautiful. That caused a pump, really. It was painful, can't lie. Really happy with how this set went, actually. And I'm pretty impressed because at my logbook, with every exercise, I do note if I do any mistake, or if not mistake, any opportunity to improve for now, for next time, any tip based on execution, based on the setup of the exercise or whatever that I noticed could be better. So the previous session, I've noted that I shouldn't bother trying another one when I don't think I fully have it, and I should keep I should keep a bigger distance from the cable. So by doing this and getting by doing these two and getting so good of a feeling and so accurate execution alongside with the reps that I aim for makes me really happy and makes me reminds me the love for the process, because you can tell by how I note things for everything and how happy I am when I achieve what I aim for with in terms of reps and weight. So this is my joy. This is my pleasure. And last set, anything above 8 would make me really happy. 8 would make me really happy. If it's above 8, then it would make me fly from the joy. Let's see. Let's see where we land. Mission completed. Over to some single leg standing leg curls. I'm gonna take my shoes off here because the reason I take my shoes off here is very important. Is because I like it. Why should there be a reason for everything? I just like it. I'm just more comfortable. So 3 working sets here, 10 to 15 reps. Here I increased my volume as well 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Uh, and I dropped a bit of volume on my quads because they don't need lots of work as my hamstrings. So 3 working sets, 10 to 15 reps. Micro posing at the bottom and at the top of every rep to make it harder and to reduce some load exposure and to make sure we don't kick the weight but we construct it. Let's get into it. One rep progression on the first working set, 11 reps. Previous time was 10, this time 11, and came pretty smooth. Could have done another one as well, but wasn't sure of contracting fully, so no 50 reps around here. But next time we go, we take 12 and we're sure about it. So here, I like to keep my feet slightly rotated in because I do feel more comfortable and I can connect and contract my hamstrings easier and better like that. I try to keep the core braced the whole time to prevent any back rounding or back extension and keep the whole load on the hamstrings the whole time. And between the legs, I take 1 minute, 1.5 minutes of rest, and I do suggest this. And I do suggest this for any muscle that's trained unilaterally. You need to take 1 to 1.5 minutes between each leg or each arm, so you can give the same stimulus to the next arm or the next leg. Because if you go straight into it, your heart rate is going to be elevated and you're not going to be able to give the same kind of effort and the same kind of focus on that one as well. Right, so I just finished my third working set here because I forgot to film my second one. And for the second one, we got a 5 kg back off and the same amount of reps, which is what we aim for. One rep progression there as well. And came up smooth. Didn't struggle a lot to get it, didn't change my execution on form. So we're pretty happy with it as well. Now we're gonna get into the second leg of the third working set. So for this set, I'm gonna show you my right leg. So just so you're sure that I have two legs and you don't doubt that. And I like to give you a tip here. I keep my knees fully on the pad and I don't let them come up, as that will engage then some lower back and erectors as well, which we don't want to do that. And same cue for the bicep here as well. We don't straighten up the knee completely, but we stop right before that happens, as we want to keep the range of motion active and we don't want to lose tension of our hamstrings. This third set was, again, 5 kg less than the second working set for 12 reps. Let's get that on the right leg as well. All right, so into my next exercise, which is gonna be barbell RDLs. Here, we do want to think of the hip drive, back and up, and not just bending with our back down, with our weight in our hands. but thinking of pushing them hips up and away, so we can bias as much glutes and hamstrings as we can. And the reason I speak to the camera from the mirror, because somebody pointed it out the other day, is because I don't have a microphone, not because I want to look cool or anything. So let's not waste any time. I'll get a warm-up set here real quick, 2 or 3 reps with 2 plates, then jump into my working set with 3 plates. First working set is about to go down here. First and only working set. We're gonna aim for 6 to 9 reps. I've done 7 the previous time, so hopefully we get more than that. Surely, but not by not changing the form of our execution, like we did with the first 2 exercises. With training, really, you can do 2 things. You can either make the weights feel very easy or make them feel very hard. But if your purpose is hypertrophy and bodybuilding, you want to make them as accurate as hard as you can, because you do want to get the most out of them. And the muscles do not understand how much weight you are moving, but how much stimulus you are delivering. So our goal here is to move the biggest amount of stimulus to drive the biggest amount of stimulus that we can. Because I could probably pull way more than this, but this is what I can control and move and make my muscles move, and not my whole nervous system. So let's make this set impeccable and progress, because that's what we're here for. We're not here to miss. We're not here to waste any time. Let's get it. And of course, phone around out of storage. So you lost the previous set of the session, which was a successful 8 reps. But anyway, I know you believe me. I'm just, it sucks a little bit because it was a really beautiful set. I liked it a lot. But anyway, that was 8 reps. I do like on RDLs to have a pause at the bottom, start the hold at the stretch, and then drive hard up and make the hips drive the weight, like I said before. And that's exactly what happened, and got 1 extra rep. So right now we're on the lying hamstring curls, and we're gonna get 2 working sets of 10 to 15 reps. No warm-ups needed, as you already warmed. We've done hamstring curls, we've done RDLs, so let's crack on. Same cue here as the single leg standing leg curls. We want to keep the knees into the pad and not get them up when we come into the contractions. We want to have a slight pause at the stretch right before the knee straightens up completely. Core fully braced and feet slightly rotated in. Sorry for my breath, but I just finished my working set. Into the back off now. We're gonna back off a little bit from the weight and try and get the same amount of reps or 1 more. Depends on how it feels. I'm gonna note on the logbook how hard was the last one, so we know for the next time if we should aim for another one or try to solidify that one. And some people will call it obsession. For me, this is where I find the pleasure. Okay, it's hard, but that's why I enjoy it. Enduring the pain and being able to go through it and go back again the other day. Same thing over and over again till you achieve what you want. This is, in my opinion, being tough. And this is why I love it. The reason why I love it is because it's pain. Right, so we're over to some leg extensions. That was the second working set at the lying hamstring curl. It was 10 reps as well, same as the first one. But I did note them both on my logbook that they need to be solidified. So when I come the next time, the progression will be just solidifying them and not aiming to do more. Because if I would load that as just a 10, I'll come here next time and try to do 11, and it will be two additional reps that are not completed fully, and that brings no value. Often people tell me that you're going to get burned out doing things so strictly and so precise in terms of sleep, in terms of your routine, your food, supplementation, and everything. And to be honest, it's not me being strict, it's me being me. And for most people, they have a standard of living, they have a standard of happiness, they have a standard of normal happiness. But everybody should have their own norm and their own standard. If your standards of happiness do not break your principles as a human being, then go ahead and do your own thing. All right, so that was for the leg extensions, just one working set. I do have a 2 count pause at the contraction there to make it harder because I'm already stuck in it for about 10 reps and I have about 15 reps, 15 weeks of off season left. So gotta learn to make it harder. And now we're over into some belt squats. Here we're trying to get those knees travel as much as we can so we can get the full depth and full range of motion. Have a 2-second pause at the hole as well to reduce load exposure. And we'll get one working set here of 8 to 10 reps. I like to use a 2.5 kg plate here to create counter force and I don't want to hold my hands here as I take some load off my quads. And this small kg plate keeps the whole tension on my quads and on my legs, makes it really harder and heavier as an exercise, but makes it way more productive. So that's what we aim for. I'll get a quick warm up of 2 reps here, then jump into my working set, which you're going to see right now. All right, so that was one more rep than last time. Way better execution, way better control of the movement. It felt much more connected. So that's a win-win-win. Right, so into my next exercise, which is going to be the single leg press. Here I put a pad behind my back so I can get more range of motion, I can get more depth, because the machine doesn't allow me if I don't use the pad to go that deep. And some of y'all may say that, why don't you adjust the best and the pad and bring it higher? Because if I adjust the bench, my upper portion of my back will bring up higher, but not the hips. But we want to create some hip mobility to get more depth. And we want the hips to come slightly up so we can get that full range of motion, not the upper portion of the back. So that's why I put a pad and I put it right under my hips so I can go deep without my hips rounding and get as much benefit from this exercise as possible. Here we're going to get just one working set, straight working set, no warm-ups. We're already warm. We know what weight we've done here. We're familiar with this exercise. 8 to 10 reps will be the goal. I've done 7 the last time here, right under the norm, right under the range that I aimed. So today we're going to aim and make it a very nice solid 8. Let's get it. Just wasn't there. So this was it for the single leg press. I'm barely breathing. But I didn't get the 8th one, but I'll surely argue about better execution. And it felt easier than last time, this 7 today. So that's the progression itself. Plus, we did some progressions earlier in the session. So it's normal to just match up the reps. And as well, you're not going to progress every single session. because that's then that's gonna happen only if you're a beginner or if you're breaking out your execution. But today was a day where I progressed most of the things because I had a couple of weeks where I had not done true progress. But I try mostly to progress on my connection, on my execution, accuracy, if I haven't truly solidified that exercise of that set. Then when I truly do this and create the base that I want to, progression comes every 2 to 3 sessions. And that's way more than fast progression for me. So now over into some toe press. Just 2 working sets here, 10 to 15 reps. We want to make sure we have a nice long pause at the stretch, because that's where calves benefit a lot. A 3-second pause on the stretch, a little pause on the contraction, and control throughout the whole set. Let's get into it. Last exercise. All right, so that was the last working set of the session. We backed off on the weight meter and got the same amount of reps. That was one more rep than last time. We're gonna do some hanging stretches and close off this workout. Right, everybody, so that was the rep for today's workout. Lower body session wrapped up. I hope everybody liked it and enjoyed it. And I hope it was helpful. It was just me being me, as I always say. Nothing fancy. Now we're ready to have my post-workout meal. And we better do, because I'm getting hypoglycemic. After this, I have some client work for personal training. Gonna do some shopping, gonna buy some meat for tomorrow, and get home to wind down. For our post-workout meal here, we have 175 grams of cereals, rice-based cereals, 40 grams of isolate whey, 150 grams of mixed berries, and the food has got higher, but our insulin sensitivity is pretty much better than it was actually. So we're happy for this. Gonna get this down, do a 5-minute walk if my time promises, and continue with some client work. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to show some support to me, you want me to keep these videos going and get you along my journey, I would really appreciate a like, a comment, a subscribe, a share from you guys, and show some support. And I promise I'm gonna show it back to you. So till next time, I'm out.